Sometimes get away all by yourself when the storm comes. Gonna push you down. You can go to a place and he will come with you. I know he'll make it alright. Sometimes you gotta get away. Talk to the Lord. Tell him about all the problems. Tell him what is wrong. When there's nobody else who will understand. I know he'll make it alright. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. He'll make it all right. And if you'd like to see us live at WGPL 1350 Studio, WMVA 88.9 Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the world, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com on 1400 AM or 1350 AM. Click and listen live. And now I want to introduce some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful sunshiny day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace. Peace. 95.3 FM and WPCE 1400 AM. Good morning. And WMVA 88.9. Good morning, Pastor Washington. How are you?
Well, Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Get yourself over there to both of our YouTube channels.
Two.
Crystal Records 1, CRISTO, or FYI Radio Show host, Yolanda Hinton. I tell you what, if you go over there right now, we promise we'll shout you out.
Shout out.
Mr. E is Fun Friday.
Thank you so much, Miss Hinton, to let me know it's Fun Friday. Can I tell the joke?
First of all, I just want to shout out the kids that are out of school. Talking about fun. I believe either they're sleeping or on their game, PS5s and all that stuff, or they're somewhere cutting up and having a good time. I mean, they're out for a whole week.
That's
and
right.
I just want to say good morning to my grandson. He loves taking those breaks. And my daughter, Crystal, who is just doing what she do in the school system. And she's happy as well.
That's right. That's what it's all about. Jumping out of school and having those breaks for the spring. You know, this is what we call Resurrection Week.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, so they tell me now he's on the road to going towards the tomb. He, so he can go down and get up.
Well, I tell you, Resurrection, Easter is coming up. I know you all are getting prepared, to do that, to enjoy the message of He rose. We always love that message.
That's right.
It never gets old.
That's right. That's right. Because when we look at it, we know that when he got up, he made it all right.
He made it all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But yes, so we are so glad it is Fun Friday. Mr. E, you can tell a joke as long as long as it doesn't have anything to do with a geese or duck. I've seen too many of those right there. By help, please, I've been running them. Please, Mr. E, don't make it one of those. But go ahead. We're
What
gonna give
about
you
the
30
parrot?
seconds.
Can I do it with the
It's
parrot?
no bird jokes.
Yes.
Go on it. Look, I'm gonna give you a minute while I introduce this segment, and you come up before we get off. You can come up with your joke, and it cannot be animal related. But anyway, this is our FYI radio show Fun Friday segment. What's in your closet? Issues concerning us women.
That's right. We want to know more and more and more about women's issue. What make them tick? What turns them on? What is they all about? We want to know about y'all.
I tell you, it's a lot to know about us. It takes a lifetime to learn about a woman. She has so much going on, so many things. She thinks on both sides of her brains. She's mysterious. And she's moody too at times. But she's also beautiful. You can't do without her, Mr. E. What did James Brown say?
This is a man's world.
But it wouldn't be nothing
without a woman or a girl.
Because Beyonce said girls rule the world. That's what she told us. That's what we believe too.
That's right. And they do rule the world because some men might not agree, and some will agree that women let you come in the house being the big bad wolf.
Let us fall off the face of the earth and see what happens.
And men be fighting against it, men.
Well, I tell you what, we're also still celebrating National Women's History Month. And Miss Lee, I'm going to ask you, do you think, and I can ask myself that too, 1 month is enough to find more about women and what we do?
You know, I don't think 1 month is enough to find more about women because they're forever changing, ever moving up and ever maturing and ever growing. You know, when you look at a woman and you can see that she wears thousands and thousands and thousands of hats. Speaking of hats, Miss Hinton, that's a nice hat you got on.
Thank you.
And they wear thousands of hats, so you'll never be able to talk enough about a woman in 1 month.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about Women's History Month. It says every March, people in the United States celebrate the achievements and history of women as part of Women's History Month. Now, this is how it got started. Educators in Santa Rosa, California, first celebrated Women's History Week in March in 1978 to increase awareness of women's contributions to society. Organizers selected a week in early March to correspond with International Women's Day on March 8th. Over the next several years, other cities across this country joined Santa Rosa in celebrating Women's History Week. In 1980, U.S. President Jimmy Carter declared the week of March 8th National Women's History Week, urging everyone in the United States to participate. According to Carter, too often the women were unsung, and sometimes their contributions went unnoticed. But the achievements, leadership, courage, strength, and love of the women who built America, was as vital as that of the men whose names we know so well.
That said, the week-long event officially became a month-long one in 1987 when Congress passed a resolution designating March as Women's History Month. Women's History Month has been celebrated in the United States ever since March.
Absolutely. Women are highlighted, spotlighted, celebrated. And I want to just stop here and just say thank you to all women because, I know we highlight those that are out front on stage on the, big screen and all that stuff. But I believe every woman, Mr. E, should be celebrated. Those that are in the workforce, those that are at home working and taking care of family, those that, have retired, and those that have, done great feats and accomplished great things. I believe that every single woman should be celebrated.
That's right. And I'm in agreement with you, Ms. Hinton, because they wear so many hats and so many jackets, and they know so much, and they're just well rounded. And it's like James Brown said, this is a man's world, but it won't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
So Women's History Month today, it says since the first Women's History Week in 1978, other countries have joined the United States in honoring women and their contributions to history and culture, including Canada and Australia. Each year, the National Women's History Alliance chooses a theme for Women's History Month. Previous themes have included Women Taking the Lead to Save Our Planet, 2009, and Celebrating Women in STEM, 2013. The theme for 2020 and 2021 is Valiant Women of the Vote. And let's just stop there for a minute, because talking about the vote, Mr. E, this is election time.
That's right.
I really believe that women are going to come out ferocious doing this, because we're talking about all kind of women's health issues, abortion issues, equal rights, gender, and equality and all that stuff. I really believe that women are going to make a big old puff of fire, getting to the polls this year.
That's right. That's right. And I'm in agreement with you, because I know that every woman who we are celebrating today, this month, they have something to say about the controlling of their bodies. Don't no woman in America in this day and time want somebody to dictate what they can do with their bodies.
Absolutely. It says that the theme in 2023 is celebrating women who tell our stories. Women have a voice. She doesn't have to just be quiet. She can go and she can say, look, I want my health rights.
That's right.
I want my equal rights.
That's right.
I want to get paid like anybody else. I want to be treated, like anybody else would treat other sex, the other sex, the male sex.
That's right.
And so, I want to tell what happened. I want to tell about my journey. I want to tell about, how I feel about life and what I need to say. I want to lift my voice and I want to speak out. It says beyond the theme of the year, Women's History Month continues the discussion of women and their contributions through activities such as museum exhibits and film screening, and by encouraging the study of achievements by women year round.
They're just not in the kitchen cooking chicken and sewing and all of that stuff. Women is making history.
We can do that too. We
That's
can
right.
cook, we can
clean,
sew, we can take care of kids,
have
babies. We can go in the workforce, we can make coins, we can do what we have fought so hard to do. And women have fought a lot. And getting back to the right to speak up and speak out. Our vote is important. And at one time, we didn't have that privilege.
Right. That's right.
But now.
That's right.
And so I encourage women out there not only to, just speak out and talk about our stories, but go to the polls.
That's right. That's what we want to see. Grab Lottie Dottie and everybody. Tell everybody about your opinion. Tell what you feel about how we should go. Take everybody. Because Miss Hinton, if you notice or not, men think that we think that we the head of the family, but you know who has all the control in the house? A woman does.
She has a lot of control.
The children go to mama. The children, all of them go to mama, and mama can pull all of them together. When you look at the whole family structure, Big Mama hold everybody together.
Look at the church. I mean, women have been in the church. They're very instrumental in keeping it preserved and keeping the money coming in and uplifting the clergy, the pastors, and being that person of prayer. Women, especially African American women, are some of the most Bible believing prayer warriors that there is. The numbers say how we are diligently seeking God and having God as our friend, our comforter.
That's right.
And so, we have played a wonderful role in everything. Now, let's look at politics.
That's right.
My goodness. Look at and look. We talked about this the other day, Missy, and we were going to mention it today on our Serving That Tea. Was the reviews for the movie Shirley that is on Netflix?
That's right.
Shirley Chisholm,
That's right.
talking
That's right.
about a trailblazer and a forerunner of women coming, going from one congresswoman to look at all the women that are in politics, that are in Congress, that are playing those roles through a city and state platforms. Look at our Vice President of the United States.
That's right. Miss Hinton, I want to say, when you look at Netflix and you mention the name Netflix, this is not just a movie. This is not just
Yes,
a document of Shirley Chisholm. This is real life story that what she has accomplished in being in the political arena. You know, when
absolutely.
she started running against one of the greatest names there was out there, George Wallace. When you started looking at how Shirley Chisholm didn't mind taking on the big bad bodacious people that would try to stop her from moving to that next level.
Yes,
She came with such strength and such and very knowledge about what's going on in the system
yes.
and made sound decisions.
Absolutely. Look at the fight that is in us.
That's right.
You know, fighting for our rights. And that's a shame that we have to fight for our rights, but we do. You know, it's just like African American people have to fight and continue to fight for what we need and where we are. And so women are fighting and to this day for, like I said, equal rights, for the, just to be heard more or understood more, or our health rights, and financially to be able to have the things that we need to take care of our families, because a lot of women now, Mr. E, are heads of household.
That's right. A lot of women now are being the head of the household, buying houses and paying mortgages. A lot of women today are, in political politicians. A lot of people are
Yes.
heading banks and organizations. A lot of women are holding down their own businesses. A lot of
Mm,
women are holding it down. I mean, come on now. And when you look around, you got to give credit to the women today, my brothers, and let them know that we appreciate you.
that's marvelous.
You know,
That is definitely marvelous, because we want to be appreciated. We have done so many great things. And if you all, do your research, and just listen throughout the month, it tells you of a lot of people that have made those wonderful impacts on our lives, on our girls, on our boys, on our men, on our world. And it means a lot, because we have fought to where we are in life. Like I said, there was a time when you couldn't vote. A woman didn't have a say in her household. She couldn't get credit, Mr. E.
that's right.
They wouldn't give her credit because she was a
And
woman.
Miss Hinton, a lot of people are holding against women now because they're head of household, they are breadwinners, making all the loot, the
All the
cash, and
money.
men feel less important. I tell a lot of men this: if the woman is making the bread, congratulate her, give her a pat on the back, because it is working out for both of y'all's good.
Be a cheerleader.
Yeah,
Be a cheerleader. Guess why? Because you can't stop us. I mean, you just can't stop us. We're going to do it because it's in us. The things that God had put in us, we are using. The voice that He's given us, we are speaking out. We want to be in politics. Hillary Clinton was talking about breaking that glass ceiling, honey. That thing been broke.
that's right. That's
Kamala
right.
Harris. And watch out, because it's also been foretold about a woman president. We may see it in this lifetime, we may not, Mr. E, but it's coming.
But a lot of things, Miss Hinton, a lot of women who's running positions that has, who are head and who's doing a lot of things, they are not they are not jaw jacking. What I
Mhm.
mean by that, they are not throwing it in a man's face. I make the money, I make the cheese. This is
Yes.
this is my. They don't do that. They really are. mature. They really has maintained a great habit of saying we're in this together. They still got that we in there. So brothers, so men, don't feel like you less than a man because your wife is helping you to stay afloat.
So, Mr. E, across the world, women are still fighting. There are some countries that women, oh my goodness, they don't have a chance unless they fight for what they want.
That's right.
But women's rights are weak when women are politically unrepresented or unrepresented. And so that's why we encourage women to run for office and
Yeah.
get involved in the community and speak out, so you can be stronger, so you can represent yourself, so you can have that equality, that you can become political or go into science and math. You have opportunities like anybody else could have. And so, we encourage people to go to the polls. We encourage, and these are some of the things that that I thought of as we were going over this topic. I think some of the tips of what we need to make our lives better as women is, first of all, education. We really need to educate ourselves more. And that's the thing. Education is out here for us. There are so many programs and so many things, that opportunities for us that we should take advantage of.
That's right. And it's all out here. See, what happens to a lot of us, we don't take advantage of these opportunities to help us to do better, to know more. We sit around moping and groping and saying that we would love more, but education is out there. You can get right on that computer. You can self-help yourself, self-start yourself. And yeah, you can help make this place a better place. And then there's another one, Miss Antoinette. You can talk about this mentoring program.
Yes.
And training for young women and girls.
Absolutely.
Young women achieving success program. Let's talk about that information.
Absolutely. So mentoring for me is key. Education, of course, but mentoring, making sure we take our girls and we show them the way, show them how to be successful. I have under Crystal Community Development Corporation, my nonprofit organization, Young Women Achieving Success Program. And we want to get girls young where we can make that impression on them. We can talk about business or politics. We can teach them about their culture, and we can expose them to things that they haven't ever seen. We can, take them and just kind of like guide them in their careers, or, whatever they want to do. Put that positive, thing in them that says, I know who I am. Even young, even at a young age, I know who I am. I can be myself. I can develop a sisterhood. I can learn how to be the best. And I can go ahead and map out, because that's some of the things that we do in the program. We let them dream and map out goals and map out what they want to do in life. And so I'm saying we need to get under our young girls, and lead them in a way where, they can be successful. A lot of times, sometimes, girls don't get that chance. Sometimes in science, sometimes in biology, sometimes in politics. At one time, they really didn't get that chance. But I'm saying we can bring our girls up now where they can early make decisions on their career, what they want to do, and how successful they want to be. It's up to us, ladies, to create these programs and this training for our girls
and give them that directions, and sometimes we don't want our young ladies to go around here buck wild, foot loose, and fancy free. We want them to be able to make sound decisions, being able to have somebody that puts something in them, so that when they rise above, when they make decisions, they know how to think about, know what to think about, when they're learning how to invest in women's business and programs, And you also say equal employment opportunity for hiring more women. Talk about that.
Absolutely. Helping women to get more opportunity, helping women to, opening up the door for women, opening up the door so they can, like I said, get to where they need to go. A lot of women are going to be heads of households, and they need the education, they need the mentoring, they need opportunity, they need money, jobs, and they need not to be second class citizens. We need to invest in women's businesses and programs and hire more women. Women can do all kind of jobs, and so don't limit her because she's female. Go ahead and give her that chance and opportunity to show you the potential that's in her. Miles Monroe said potential needs an assignment in order to be realized. Sometimes their potential needs to be realized, and you give them the opportunity so that can come out of it. Their potential can grow, they can flourish.
And that's what it's all about, helping the family, helping women to move to the next level. So this is Women's Month. This is about what, couple of more days. Do you think that women need more days, Miss Hinton? Do you think they need more months?
We're going to celebrate ourselves all year round. We're going to, acknowledge, the things that we want, the more things that we want in our lives, more things that can make us better. We're going to be more vocal, verbal. We're going to go to the polls. You're going to see us. I mean, you see the growth in politics and science and biology and health and wellness. And that's another thing I really believe that could be a good thing for our young ladies and our women, is to have a good spiritual, healthy spiritual life, take care of their physical body, get out of this mental illness state, because some women have suffered so much that they have slipped into, poor mental health. And so, giving women the information that they need in order to be spiritual beings, that they need God and they need salvation. They need to be in church. They need to come up in Sunday school and teach the kids, bring them up. We coming up, my mother kept us in church all the time. I kept my children in church all the time, Mr. E.
And that's what it's all about.
And so it makes them more rounded. Physically, we got to get them off of all this stuff that they're eating. It's making them, it's got cancer abound. There's so much poor health. We've got to get them now so they can live long. And then, like I said, the emotional health and well-being is something that we definitely have to work on. They are going through so much. I want to say this before you say something, Ms. Lee, and that is about social media and the fact they're talking about the depression and things that come along with, watching social media and looking at others and comparing themselves to others, bringing on so much depression and stuff. And so parents, be aware that you need to make sure kids are being well-rounded and not using social media as a babysitter, so they can end up, you don't want them to end up with anxiety and frustrations and low self-esteem as a result of too much.
That's right. That's what we want to make sure, that they are well-rounded. Miss Hinton, I just want to go back to the new music. Can we go back to the new music?
Absolutely, Mr. You're going to have to fast forward into some of the other parts so other people can hear. That music is online everywhere. You can get it, and it is a great message of hope.
Let's do it right now.
Trust him. All right. He'll make it all right. You gotta believe. All right. He'll make it all right. Take your burdens to the Lord. All right. He'll make it all right. All right. He'll make it all right. No good times or bad times. He'll make it all right.
Yeah.
All right, he'll make it all right every time. I don't care what you do. I tell you what, as a woman, you find out that things turn out all right. All things work together for good to them that love the Lord. I've learned that in my journey, Mr. E, and I want to encourage women to make sure you are connected to the source. I tell you what, I don't care what you're going through. The good, the bad, the ups and the downs, he's going to make it all right every time.
That's right. And you can believe that. All you got to do is go to that place where the Lord and let the Lord bring you through, and he'll make it. He'll make it. And I'm a witness that he'll make it all right.
All right. So look, God is good. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Look, we're gonna be back here, Mr. E, for Sports Talk.
That's right, on Monday.
But we want you to have a wonderful Easter.
That's right.
And think about the resurrection and how God is everything to us. He's even given us a Savior to help us to be whole. So God bless you all. Come over here just for a few minutes. We'll tell you about some upcoming shows. Have a wonderful weekend.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. And we want to say Happy Women's Month and keep on doing what you're doing because you're making the sun shine brighter. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and WPCE 1400 AM, and on all social media platforms. For more information about FYI, give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful He Got Up this weekend.
All right, all right. I tell you what, women, we are on the move. We have made great strides in this world. Just keep up the good work. There's so much work to do. We got to continue, working on ourselves, being whole and healthy, being connected to a spiritual source, working on these bodies. Lord knows that mercy. Y'all don't let the body. I know there's the BBLs and all that other stuff, but Lord knows work on the inside part.
I saw something the other day, Miss Hinton. I got my little joke. I saw two fellows up on TV, up on Facebook or TikTok. I was looking at that the other day, and they was husband and husband, husband and wife. And they said today we're gonna do something great. When you're speaking on that body, when you was talking about the body, say I'm getting ready to get me a BBL and a stomach shrink. And the other one said I'm just gonna get my stomach strong.
Oh my God! And the thing about it, God puts gifts on the earth through doctors and things like that. And so people can do that. If they want a better face, they can get a better face. But for goodness sake, when y'all get this stuff, don't let nobody take and deform you. Don't get so much Botox that you looking like a lion unless you want to look like a lion.
Perky.
Or don't the backside turn the corner is still
lips all suck in.
No, your backside is just so huge because the doctor have put too much and that stuff don't let nobody deform you in the process of changing.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's good to say. That's good for folks to know because folks has a tendency of don't know, get knowledge of it, so you'll know how you want it, and don't let nobody come behind you and pop it with a no.
Well, this is the thing, Mr. E. There's a young lady that is now has cut her nose down. So what the doctor said it's nothing else. She did like Michael Jackson. You can't keep cutting and cutting and cutting. They become kind of like addicted to it, and they just keep cutting and cutting and they want more in the back and more, and everything just goes out of whack.
I'd like to know what happened to my girl who was on 700 Club. What was her name? She had more of Botox and more makeup on her face and more Tammy Faye.
Y'all, Mr. E, we done called those things. She didn't have no BBLs and stuff, but she did have that makeup.
She had that makeup.
But she could take that off and then reapply it if but some of this stuff is permanent.
That's right.
And some of these things are causing problems,
Cancer, yeah, yeah.
problems in the body.
That's
So
right.
be
That's
careful,
right.
ladies, but work on that physical, but make sure, it's through working out, through
The right
nutrition.
way.
And if you have to get that stuff done, make sure you don't get addicted to all that stuff. Don't get addicted to, plastic surgery and everything. Michael Jackson had gotten to the point, Mr. E, that he didn't even want to look at himself.
Well, that's what happened to a lot of people. They don't want to look at themselves and see what's going on with them. Sometimes you got to look at what God has given unto you, and you'll find that He made a good creator, good creature out of
Yeah.
you. See, sometimes we're looking at ourselves and we holding ourselves as hostage because we're trying to change what God has made. The Bible lets us know that everything God made was good and perfect, and even though you might want to enhance your eyebrows, or you
Yeah.
might want to fix your lips up, and and take them in, and
Or
but
blow them
but
up, or
but
whatever they blowing them up.
make sure that as you get older, when you get older, that they still have the right juice that they supposed to get in, because like the scripture says, twice a child, once an adult, because when you started getting older, your skin started going back to the baby stage and started wrinkling. And when it started wrinkling, you started looking kind of funny,
Yeah,
So
I mean, and there's remedies for that. Don't get me wrong. Doctors have been given the gift to do all kind of things, but I'm talking about in excess, and wherein if you have a nice nose, and you need it, fixed up, that's fine. But when you start cutting it, and then now the nostril is, you can't do nothing with the whole nose. The
the lips,
nose look like a stick.
the
You
lips have
got
been.
the lips. You don't look. I mean, we see it all, but I'm just saying, people, Mr. E, I think they should, make sure we do things in, just
Yeah.
decent and in order. And, there's nothing wrong with enhancements and things like that, but don't let nobody have you looking like two bears clapping in the back, walking. Don't let nobody do that to y'all.
Well,
Miss Roberta Carter, good
you
morning.
got me choked just then.
Lady,
You got me choked just then when you talking about looking like two bears in the
right.
forest doing a shaman's commercial. When you do that shaman's commercial, now everybody, got what they call it, BBDs and the big
BBL.
BBLs, that big,
Get your BBL, but don't be too
yeah,
grizzly
don't,
bad,
that's
like too
right.
just walking
Don't
like,
have it all on your back,
just don't have nobody messing you up. That's the thing.
and you like wee wobbler, you about to fall, because you got so much in the back.
Mr. E, we're gonna switch the subject to some sports. Mr. E, anything going on this weekend that we need to know?
Well, Miss Hinton, as you know, like I know, the NCAA is going on now.
Mm-hmm.
The NCAA, the women and the men, is going on now. We're
Yes.
getting down to the final wire. So when we look at the brackets, we're going to find that in the East, Connecticut will be playing against Illinois. But there's been a lot of upsets too. Mm-hmm. This is the men's bracket. Uh-huh. Alabama will be playing against Clemson. Arizona lost to Alabama, the Clemson Tides yesterday. So Alabama will be playing against Clemson. And in the South, Houston, Duke is still hanging in there. Duke, yeah. and be playing against Houston, the Houston, and North Carolina State is still hanging in there. They'll play against Marquette, and Purdue and Gonzales will be playing, and Creeding and Tennessee. All right. They'll be played. So they'll be playing against each other in the Midwest, in the South, in the West, and in the East. And then that's all going to come together. I was so when I saw North Carolina lose to Alabama, I had hopes that North Carolina would go further than where they are. So, but hey, everybody comes to the dance to play.
Absolutely. I want to know what you like about these games. I mean, they are fire. Now, what is it that you like about these college games?
They're in the tournament game now. The best of the best is playing. When you're looking at the best of the best, when you look at this college game, they're playing finesse basketball. They're playing all the offense and defense. It ain't run and gun like we see in the pro. It ain't like me come to half court line and hit a 3-pointer. They're going in the bucket, underneath the bucket. They're making guys underneath the bucket foul out. You know, they're playing basic basketball, and they're going up to the tops. Guards are playing, and centers are out there playing. All the positions in the NCAA are being played. So when you look at it, Alabama had a cat down there yesterday that was off the chain, and they played against Arizona. I'm talking about Arizona played against Clemson Tide, and what a ball game that was last night. And North Carolina, my hat went off to you in the West.
Yes.
You lost it.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to be following these games. If Mr. E says down to the wire.
It's down to the wire.
But I wanted, before we go, we only have a few minutes. Mr. E, I wanted you to serve a little tea. It's so much going on.
Yes, right.
There's so much going on. Did you see the fundraiser with President Obama?
Yeah, that was great. Jimmy Carter.
Not Jimmy Carter.
I saw it was President Biden, President Obama, and the saxophone playing president.
Clinton.
Yeah.
You can't forget about Mr. Clinton. But they are raising money galore.
Oh, look at the money that they raised.
Absolutely.
I didn't bring the figures with me, but they raised a whole lot of money. And your boy, money is going from here, there, and everywhere.
All right. What about Dollar Tree?
Well, Miss Hinton, let's serve some tea.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree used to be $1, and now used to be $1.27, $1.25. Now Dollar Tree done up their prices now. Every item that you see in Dollar Tree is not $1.
That's amazing.
It says shopping Dollar Tree could soon end up with sticky stock.
Well, you have to, because you have to keep up with the economy. And I promise you, ever since the pandemic went coming and gone, stuff is going up. Everybody's letting everything go up. Food is going up. Restaurants are going up. Anything that you get is going up. So the dollar store, I can understand it, even though we are very sad to see those dollars fly out the window.
They're going to have items ranging from $1.50 to $7 in Dollar Tree now, because their economy, they're trying to keep up with the trend.
What about that Diddy news? We got to keep this moving.
Well, Miss Hinton,
that's something else.
Now, when you start talking about P. Diddy, a whole lot of folks is coming out of the closet because they're ready to sing. Why are they coming out the closet?
I don't know what's going on. Why they're coming out the closet now, but it's been going on for a while.
That's
the investigation.
That's right.
What I understand.
And even in their community, the neighbors next door driving out talking about, it is wild out here. Around about 3:30, we got party,
but they're telling now, like you said. Why now? What is that tea about?
And the reason why I think that everybody's singing now, because they had a place in it all. They was a part of it.
Allegedly.
And so allegedly they was a part of it. And so now they trying to make sure that their names don't get caught in the picture.
Well, I tell you what, it's so much going on. And if you join us on our Monday after dark, we're going to be serving some of that tea, some of these news. I mean, it's so much to talk about, because we got to talk about the former President Donald Trump and his Bible toting. He toting
$59.99.
He toting that Bible. Lord knows, but I tell you what, he got a few more days, and he better have that 175 million smackaroonies.
Listen, I told you, Miss Hinton, this is what I would love for you to do for me. The day that he has that child, when they go before him, and I know they're gonna take his property.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, they're going to take his property. I'm saying, because when you look at the polls and how much money he's raising, they show that he raised $8.3 million, and part of that going to
the lawyers,
his lawyers, and so
we're gonna be
how can you take campaign money and you're not supposed to, and pay lawyer fees and lawyers are running out on you.
Well, we're gonna find out. In the meantime, you all continue to go and make it all right. My newest single. Thank you all that are supporting. Thank you, radio. You all, God bless you. If you radio out there and you want that new single, Make It All Right, we're gonna give you the information on how you can get that single and information about Yolanda Hinton. Also, don't forget the Royal Ladies Pie. Don't forget bulvicacademy.com, BULVIC. Don't forget to follow us on social media. And don't forget, if you want to be a special guest sponsor, intern with FYI Radio Show, Mr. E going to tell you that.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor on the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, all you have to do is inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI Facebook page. You also can call us at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Again, that number is 757-714-7861, or email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. If you'd like to be in our audience, just email us your email and we'll get back with you. Email us your email. I like that. Email us your email at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com, and we'll get back with you and let you know what date that we are going to have you as our audience. And don't forget, if you'd like to be a special guest on our After Dark segment, oh, what a time we have on After Dark. We got more time. We got that we can dialogue with you, that we can, talk to you about the things that are happening, and also to help celebrate International Women's History Month. And we like that. And we want to say hats off to all women.
Yes.
For your great success.
All right, now, look, we're going to see you all on Monday. We want you to have a wonderful Resurrection Day. Go to church or pray or do something. Go out with the family, but enjoy this weekend. Look, the weather here is supposed to be real nice. So you all are blessed, and thank you so much for your support. We will see you on Monday.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to give us a call, 757-714-7861. 2 up, 2 down.